Today is June 16th, 2021. This is the Kubernetes CSI implementation meeting. We'll go down our typical release agenda, starting with 121. I think the main thing here remaining is to update our docs with all the new sidecars and the 121 changelog. And that is something on my plate that I'll try to get to this week. Next is 122. This, let's see, we have code freeze that's coming up in about 3 weeks, I believe. So let's see where we are with the 122 features. First up is access modes.
Hi, yeah, so for access mode stuff, I opened a separate PR to update Kubernetes to use this updated CSI spec 1.5.0. Currently rerunning, I think, a failing flaky test. And then that should hopefully be merged either today or tomorrow. Just also addressing some feedback still on the rewrite once pod access mode. And then labeled it for API review. And that's it for me.
Thank you. All right, next up is volume populators. Ben is not here. We'll go ahead and get an update from him offline. Next, we have Windows.
Jean says she has some difficulty talking and she has some issue with Zoom.
Okay, so it looks like there's one final PR for the CSI proxy. Okay. And then I think, Jing, you may have added a discussion about the build failure. I guess we can go with that later once you're able to fix your audio. We'll come back to that. Thank you. All right. I think next up we have a number of bug fixes. I think there's a couple of changes regarding marking volumes as uncertain in various scenarios. I think let's see, do we know how we're doing with these?
Yeah, I reviewed them actually. So which one you're looking at first? Okay, yeah, this one looks good, just needs tests.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, should be good.
Sounds good. And then
yeah, this one is good. I LGTM'd it. Jing had some comment. It's mostly waiting on but approval from someone in Kubelet. Like I assigned it to Derek. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. And then this one, when detach fails.
Yeah, this one is tricky actually. I reviewed it, and the problem is that this PR marks the volume as uncertain when detach fails, and what will happen is that then the volume will not be reported in node status as attached. And if the KCM crashes, like say for example volume was mounted and detach failed, KCM crashes, then when the KCM restarts, we rebuild the state using reading node.status.volume attached, and that will be missed. And in that case, volume will be basically attached to another node and nothing will detach it.
We made another fix a while ago regarding the crashing case where we reconstruct from the volume attachment object.
Yeah.
Does that help here?
Nope, I think because in this case, if the detach failed, so detach is attempted only when the volume attach is deleted. Volume attachment is deleted, I think, if I remember correctly. And we detach failed and we mark volume as uncertain. and KCM crashes now, or the external attacher is restarted, that state is lost, and now nobody
But the
knows.
volume attachment object still exists, right? If detach failed. It just has the deletion timestamp on it, but the object won't actually get deleted until the
Mm,
sidecar, the CSI plugin returns success.
yeah, I think that one will help. For entry drivers, it's a bit of a problem
Mm-hmm.
though. And for entry driver, it's not a problem for drivers that implement dangling volumes like AWS and Cinder and vSphere and Azure also do. The only one that does not implement, I think, is prominent ones is GC.
Mm-hmm.
And
Maybe, yeah, maybe we can do a targeted fix then for only CSI volumes. I'm not sure if that will be complicated or not. Okay, but it sounds like this one might still need some more thought here. Okay.
I thought I was wrong about this thing. I thought but entry for obviously is still problem, but I thought the volume attachment is deleted, like really gone. But now it's just okay. It just
Yeah.
has a timestamp, all right. Yeah, and then CSI it will work. So we just need to we could fix it just for CSI.
Cool. All right. And then the last bug fix we have outstanding is the Orphan Pod Cleanup.
Yeah, so that's out for review. I addressed a few comments yesterday from Jordan Liggett. So I'm just waiting on a review of those minor changes.
Cool. So we're just waiting on Jordan for a review, or do we need another LGTM from us?
Yeah, I got one LGTM from Hemant, and then I pushed basically just some updates to the comments along with an owner's file for this one. So
Okay.
yeah, just waiting to make sure I addressed his comments.
Cool.
SIG stories is the right SIG for remove all package, right? I think that's fine.
Yeah, if we're the only users of it, then I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Jordan
Thank
comments are
you.
just comments, so it shouldn't be. Yeah, they're not blockers as far as.
Cool. All right. So that's all of the in progress stuff going on. Are there any other features that we're targeting here that's not being tracked at the moment?
The resizing has its own board. I was reshuffling the cards today. I added some new cards in the to do for the GID on mount support also, but maybe we'll go through that.
Okay.
You were about to go through, so sorry if I'm getting ahead.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, I see. You added the to-dos for the GID work here.
Yeah, they're just two cards, one for fixing kubelet and one for Azure file to implement the change.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Oh, I actually have an update on the.
Oh, go ahead.
The non-graceful node shutdown. So I actually finally tested with 1.21. So the problem still exists in 1.21 actually. So Herman, I know you have a question about that because you think the graceful shutdown cap may have fixed it. Tested with 1.21, still same problem, and then apply the fix, then that get the workloads get moved. So it's still, that's still a problem in the latest code.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean that it is fixed by the.
Okay, I was
yesterday.
just you. I think you have a question saying. I think it's
Yeah.
also good to see what what they have.
What was the interaction between, because they were providing some hooks to actually provide like cleanup, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they handled the volume attachment part. So yes, looks like the whatever we have there still works, at least in our environment. Okay, so I think at least that's good. So yeah, so that's it. I mean, I haven't updated that yet because I probably should sync up with Ben before the next CSI meeting. I decided.
Overall, like I was thinking more like maybe we can talk about that different call, and we should set up a call for that one. I think the whole detached thing, because after James' comment, it's like kind of the scope change.
Little, yeah, it's sure. Yeah, okay. I will set a meeting. Yeah, I just think we should talk about that. Maybe just to work on the real node shutdown first, not the partitioned network partition case. But I don't know if Michelle was there when we talked about this last time.
I might have been out. I don't remember.
Because James, because we were trying to get the CSI spec PR from Ben, right? The first attachment, first detached one. But then I think James have some comments. He does not like the approach. And then he also look at the cap. So I think he had some questions regarding biometal. He said, oh, if you just do this, is not enough. You actually really have to do a forced shutdown. Like we cannot do that for our code. I mean, we cannot really say forced filter shutdown. That's just too much. Yeah, but he was saying otherwise it's going to cause corruptions, things like that. So I was actually after that I was thinking about it. Maybe we should just limit the scope. Maybe we just address the case if we can detect it was really shut down. In that case, we do this. Otherwise, maybe we don't do it yet. We start with something.
Yeah.
I was just thinking.
I mean, I think there have been a couple proposals in this area, and there's like a node fencing proposal. I think that is probably what like kind of the thing that that James might be alluding to.
So no offense. So there was actually someone from what is rootfs, right? So Hua Ming, I think he had to have something in his own repo. Somebody also mentioned that one. So I probably should take a look at that. I don't know if Herman, you are familiar with that one. So I can take a look at that.
Yeah.
And then
I know some folks have actually written like bare metal fencing controllers, I think for their own environments.
Okay. So
I remember they were linking to it in some of these discussions.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have any of those like previous caps or solutions. If you have any links, can you share?
It might be in the graceful node shutdown cap PR. Maybe it was probably part of that original discussion a long time ago.
Okay, let me actually. Okay, maybe I will take a look there and see if I can find anything. Okay.
Yeah, makes sense. Cool. All right. So moving on to miscellaneous topics, I think Jing, you have an item here for CSI proxy build failure. Are you able to discuss it right now?
Just briefly, right now the build failed and some errors from there, but I feel like it's start to fading from after Patrick merged the release tool. so I need to talk to him
Okay.
whether he has some ideas.
Yeah, sounds good. I think maybe you can ping him on Slack, see if he can help take a look. All right. Any other topics for today?
Oh, one more thing about that scalability issue caused by the volume health monitor. So checked with Nick. So he was saying maybe we can just decrease the frequency of the API call to see how that goes.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we can try various experiments there, but I guess what API calls are there that it's making?
Oh, basically it's basically just watching the I think it's basically it's watching all the nodes and all the other pods, right? I think that's causing the problem. So maybe like the syncing part, or we can take a look and see what other parameters we can tweak there.
Yeah, I did not think there was a parameter for like syncing from the API server. I think it just
Resync. Okay,
maintains.
there was a resync.
I think resync is not what we think it is.
Okay.
I think the resync just goes through all of the cached objects and calls the event handlers on them.
Oh,
but
that's
resync
really
does
dodgy.
not,
Okay.
it doesn't
Okay.
actually go to the API server.
Okay. Okay, so we need to.
Anyway, yeah, it would be worth investigating more deeply on this.
Mm-hmm.
And if we need, we might be able to get some help from SIG Skillability in terms of resources if we need like a large cluster to test with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or maybe do you think they have some suggestions on what are the things that we can tweak there? Or we just need to just try various things? What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I think we can ask in the SIG Scalability chat if you know, they have recommendations on how to like if we need to watch pods and nodes, how to handle scalability for that. I mean, I think one idea Patrick mentioned, I think a while ago, was to like try to filter so that we don't have to watch like every single object.
Right, but the filter, I mean, I thought this is supposed to watch all the pods and the nodes in the entire cluster. At least
do we actually have to watch pods?
Because we are also I'll need to take a look. So that's actually Nick implemented that, but that's the reason that we have all of those informers is because we need to, based on, let's say, even there was a node failure, right? And then we'll go find out, okay, what pods on that node and what PVCs are there, and then report the event on the PVC.
But does that need informers?
I don't know. I have to go and see the implementation.
Okay, yeah. It at least sounds like maybe like we only need informers on nodes. And then when there's a node failure, then we actually go list stuff from the API server.
But is that actually,
but that means
is that quicker though? I mean, normally, right, we thought it's better you actually have this informer so that we have this in the cache. I thought that's actually supposed to be better, right? Well, every time you go search.
The informer is useful if you need to periodically monitor events on objects. But like the problem with informers is that it keeps a constant connection open to the API server, and every single change to those objects has to be communicated
Okay.
back. So, if we don't actually need to react to pod changes or PBC changes, then it might be better to just don't have informers, but then when there is a node failure, then we actually make like a list call, and maybe we can actually even provide filters to the list call so that the list doesn't have to return every single thing that we want.
Well, actually, PVCs, those we actually need. So those, because we actually have some periodically, we actually go through that. That's not for this node watcher feature. We actually do need that because this is the PV health, right? So we actually need to have that. So that I think if you don't have a informer, I think it's actually worse. Is you have to every time you have to go to the API server because periodically we go retrieve those information from the storage system.
Sure.
Yeah. So maybe pods. Yeah, maybe that's one thing I think might be. We could try this other way. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sounds good. Thank you for looking into that. Any other topics for today? All right, then we'll end early. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.